Welcome to Inspiring People, the show about inspiring people, those who are inspired and those who inspire others. We all know them. They're good examples, they're supportive, they embrace life, they live inspiring lives in their day-to-day actions, and in turn, inspire others to do the same. Hi, welcome to Inspiring People. My name is Mary Otto. I'm the host of the show, and with me today are my guests, Kurt and Darlene Ballard. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so glad to be out here at your beautiful farm place, to have this with you and have the viewers get a chance to know you a little bit better. So let's start by having you say your full name so that all the viewers will know what that is.
I'm Darlene K. Ballard.
Okay, Darlene.
Yeah, Curtis Ronald Ballard.
Okay. And where are you two from? Are you from this area? Did you grow up around here? Or are you from someplace else and moved to this beautiful location? Or?
I grew up by Strawberry Lake.
Okay. And for people who don't know where Strawberry Lake is, whereabouts is that?
Northeast of Detroit Lake's about 25 miles.
Okay. Great. And Kurt?
Yeah, we grew up just west here, about 2 miles, and that's where my grandfather had owned a place at one time back in the 30s, and then my dad bought it right after he got out of World War II, so within a couple of miles there.
Okay,
yeah.
So why don't you describe a little bit where your farm is located?
Yeah, this farm is located in Section 32 in White Earth Township.
Okay, and how long have you guys lived here?
Since 72, I think in the fall of 72, we bought it from Art and Emily Oberdick.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your farming operation. What kind of farming do you do? And I know a little bit about it. I've read about you and so on also. So what kind of farming are you about out here, Kurt?
Well, we're certified organic. We started in about 1998. And it was pretty much inspired by Dave Rinke, who was a good, dear friend of mine. And he was an organic inspector. And we talked about organic. I know Dar and myself, we talked about organic back in probably in the 80s there. And just never, went any further with it. And Dave said, put me in the car, and we took off for down by Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we went to an organic conference down there where they had a field day, and we got to talk with organic farmers and see what they were doing and what they were growing. And I come back with the thought that, hey, I can do this. We were actually going broke, going backwards, farming conventionally. There's nothing, no money in it at that time, and so we switched over to organic then. Okay.
And you have a family, or are there family members involved in the farm as well? And why don't you tell me a little bit about your family?
Well, we have 5 children. Our oldest daughter lives over by Buffalo Lake, and she has 4 children. She's a nurse. And then we have our second daughter, Angie, and her husband, Tim, and they farm with Kurt.
Okay.
And they rent some of his land, and then they have some of their own land.
Okay.
And then we have 3 other children, Abby and Amanda and John. Abby and Amanda live in Fargo, and John is a senior in Waban High School.
Okay. So are they all involved in some aspect of with the farm, or just some of them?
Big time there. Last weekend there, we all cleaned out the barn and stuff, so we had a lot of fun cleaning out the barn. So
good time to get together.
Yeah, we all had an air about ourselves there afterwards.
I would guess so. And I know that you have grandchildren as well. How many grandchildren do you have?
Yeah, we have 7 grandchildren. Yeah.
And are they helpers too, to some extent?
Yeah, they stop over all the time, like Cody and Carrie and both Amber and Adam. They all ride on my bus and stuff in the morning. I pick them up in Callaway.
Oh, that's pretty great. Grandpa's the bus driver. Yeah. That's pretty great. Well, you guys, what makes a farm organic? What do you need to do, or do you do differently so that you are an organic farm?
Yeah, we're what's called certified organic, and we're certified through OCIA, and that's down in Lincoln, Nebraska. And what makes us different than others is that we do not use any chemical whatsoever, as far as to control pesticides or or weeds or anything like that, and no commercial fertilizers. And then we have an inspector that comes out and goes through all of our things to make sure that that's all verified. And then they give us a certificate where then we certify that, and then we're the buyers and stuff where they're guaranteed that this is truly organic. And so it's some paperwork, but it's nothing that bad there,
So when you transitioned from the kind of farming that you were doing before to organic, do you just switch all of just 1 year you're farming one way, and then the next year you
It's actually 3 years in transition that you have to have the land. Got to go through 3 years of no chemicals or commercial fertilizers, and then after that is verified, where then you can certify organic. The only other alternative is where if people that have land that's coming out of CRP or something that hasn't been sprayed, where they can convert that over in 1 year.
Okay, what's CRP again?
Well, conservation acres.
Oh, okay. And again, to people who don't know what that is, what are conservation acres?
It's where the government pays the farmer not to farm it, where it's seeded and just left into grass or something.
Okay.
In that area.
And how many total acres did you say that you have, Darlene? How many do you have here?
370, I believe, is it? And you rent 40?
Yeah.
And you rent 40 as well.
Yeah.
So all of that is organic then?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So an example then, what is the difference in your crops between crops that have been raised on an organic farm and crops that are raised in a more conventional way?
The difference between the two? I don't know. I guess the key or the thing that I noticed there is the soil. It seemed like it becomes more mellow, and I don't know, like we had some problems with aphids last year in the soybeans, and they kind of devastated us. But now this year we didn't have any aphid problems at all there. But I think the soil balance is a big thing. The first couple of years when we go into organics, where it seems like the soil almost kind of goes through a withdrawal, like almost.
Sure.
I don't know what it is, where the weeds just go crazy, but then each year it gets better. And probably the key is we're a good crop rotation. We put like red clover and different things, and then we plow that down and build soil with that, and alfalfa. And I don't know, it's just...
The difference in the seed is our seed has no chemical or nothing on it. You could probably just eat it out of the field.
Oh, is that right?
For this other stuff.
Not able to do
We eat it, but it's like, do we know what it's going to do to us later on?
So it's made a change in your lifestyle for sure, right? To be not only farming organic, but my guess is now you're eating more organic food and embracing that lifestyle a little bit more.
Right.
Well, we certainly want to hear more about this, so we're going to continue talking with you in part 2. So hope you'll join us then.